I came from a very traditional North London Jewish background, so I had a particular image in my head of Yasser Arafat. And by the end of making this film, that image was 180 degrees switched, completely turned around. Very easy to dehumanize leaders and think of them in terms of newspaper sound bites. What we were very keen to show was the other side of them, that whatever decisions they faced, however tough they were, however difficult they were, there was always a third way, and that's to resign. Just don't make the decision, just step away from it. But these guys don't do that. Quite early on in the game, we realized that to cover all of the themes of leadership, we were going to have to look at many more than just 3 leaders. So across the 12 leaders in the 12 films, you'll see all kinds of different aspects of leadership and the problems of a democracy versus a dictatorship. What we try and do is make it feel like you're sitting across a table from a president, just talking to him as you would anybody else, and saying, asking those questions. Like, for instance, Peres we asked him, well, how does it feel to meet the mother of a Palestinian who's lost his... How does it feel? That's the important question, I think. And his answer was, it felt honest. It was straight up. He said it felt strange. He said he didn't feel hatred in his heart. And I said, well, what about guilt? And he said, well, I never thought that I was doing anything on purpose which was wrong. I buy it. I buy it. But he also goes on to say that he couldn't sleep at night. He says, what we call experience, the younger generation call a chain of mistakes. We certainly didn't set out to cover the Middle East conflict. Peres was the first guy to come through, and that was very quickly followed by Suha Arafat. It felt as we were filming that pretty much everyone welcomed us with open arms. They trusted us, they wanted to, and I think that's because of what we were trying to find out. No one, amazingly, no one's ever taken a look at leadership from this perspective and put all those leaders next to each other and say, well, check it out. See how, you can see where the similarities are, you can see where the differences are, you can see where the difficulties are. We were certainly covering some tragic stuff. It also feels quite inspirational, I hope, because that these guys make a difference and that individuals can make a difference and that everybody, and it all goes back to that question, what will you sacrifice for what you believe, that you can make a difference.